The other one from my homie, Let's Go UW, says ESPN has to get rid of Mel Kiper after this draft. It was ridiculous how much Mel was doing tricks on Sanders all draft long. Mel crashed out hard. To me, man, I loved it. I loved it for multiple reasons. We are so conditioned to just go with the flow. Heck, if you feel like, man, my research, my, studying what I think is right, if you really feel that, man, stand on it. Don't allow because they draft a guy when they want to draft a guy to make you move off of that. To me, I look at it both ways. I look at it the same way as when we talk about pre-draft meetings, right? Or not pre-draft meetings, when we talk about mock drafts, right? And how we will come up here and we'll say, well, this player could fall. You're like, oh, why y'all wasting time? This player would never go here. He would never fall this far. Or the flip side. Tyler Shuck, oh my God, this player was never going to go this high. Dylan Gabriel would never go before Shedeur Sanders. Like, we could just talk all these talks right about what would and would not ever happen. Well, I just think that this draft was another example of that is not the case anymore. What used to be, what we thought was, is no longer that. So you have to adjust with the times. And I like the fact that for Mel, he just stood on what he felt. Man, the fact that these type of players that he's evaluating, that he personally feels are not better than this player, and the position of value on top of that, he was just not going to allow it to go on. And I enjoyed it. I'm like, you know what? If that's what you feel, man, keep standing on it, because it did become one of those things where it became almost louder than the actual draft. Every pick that went by, we're like, bro, you really not about to take another quarter? Like, you really going to take another player in front of him? And I look at it no different than, say Travis Hunter fell, right? Say he fell at the top 10. Do you realize if we got to pick 20 and Travis Hunter wasn't picked, every single pick going forward until he was picked would be the exact same version that we saw with Shedeur, where we're all saying, how is this guy getting picked before him? What are they thinking taking this guy? What's the vision? Let's try to talk ourselves into why this over that. Just because it didn't make sense. So to me, I personally didn't have a problem with it. Like I said, if you're going to make these type of picks and then follow it up with the way that they were followed, I mean, you saw the social media, right? You saw how the Browns looked when they made all their other picks. You look at how they look when they picked Shedeur. You listen to how the Browns talk to all their other players on phone calls. You listen to how they talk when they were talking to Shedeur. And you tell me, yeah, everything was just on the up and up. This pick makes 100% sense. Heck, you take two quarterbacks 2 rounds after. I'm like, bro, it just, all of it smelt, looked, and it was just weird. So to me, I didn't have an issue with Mel Kiper calling it out. And I'm actually glad he did, because otherwise we would just sit here and be like, oh yeah, he just fell because he just fell. And you're like, well, where was all the Dylan Gabriel hype then beforehand? Because we know how people talk, not just us, but league wide, right? People talked about Shedeur. We never heard Dylan Gabriel talked about like that. So we were like, did Dylan even fall? Or was this like his natural? Or did he go earlier? We all look at Shedeur and say he fell. So that's the only reason why, long answer short, I personally didn't have an issue with, Let's Go UW taking that type of stance, or not Let's Go. I didn't have an issue with Mel Kiper taking that type of stance on, Shedeur falling the way that he was falling, man. But like I said, man, that is the beauty of it.